Hey, what is up guys? Skiddy Fishing here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Tenkara fishing. If you're out for your first rod, you've yet to pick one, and you've kind of narrowed it down to Dragontail, you're looking for the Mizuchi, this is the review for you. You know, ideally, what is Tenkara? It's basically, in raw form, a fly rod without a reel, right? So instead of having a floating fly line to cast your fly, and that line goes all the way through the shaft of the rod, it comes off the very tip of it, off of a piece of yarn called a lilium. And that's kind of like a level line. Instead of tapered, it's like a consistent diameter, and you end up tying tippet to that, and so the two combined are about the length of the rod. So now ideally Tenkara rods are about 12 feet. They could be longer, they could be shorter, and that makes it really overwhelming to find which rod is for you. If you're wondering if Tenkara is for you, look at the river behind me. If you like this, you like what you see, this is about maybe 2 or 3 inches, maybe 4 right now. That is your cup of tea. You're probably only going to catch maybe 5-6 inch trout out of this. Maybe bigger, you never know, depending on the pocket. And sometimes the rivers or creeks you're fishing have way more overhang or shrubs or trees, thus making it impossible to cast. That's why fly fishing with a traditional Western fly rod isn't always practical. And now you're looking at a Tenkara, so this is basically what it's for. While I was searching for the right brand and rod for me, I definitely wanted to stick with a reputable one that was also affordable. There's a lot of Chinese imports out there that, although are fair priced and probably decent rods, it's really hard to have warranties and replacement parts for them. And believe me, you probably will break pieces of your rod, especially the tip. And that's what I liked about Dragontail. Whether you buy it on Amazon or directly through the website, they do offer replacement section pieces via schematics on their website. And the shipping is very competitive as well. And also, if you're really unfortunate and break your rod entirely, they will give you a one-time replacement for pretty much cost, and it's probably your fault if that happens anyway, so I find that to be pretty fair. Some brands like Tenkara USA offer better warranties, but you definitely pay a lot more for the rod, so I think it's pretty fair what Dragontail offers. They also have some great resources on their website, like which rod is best for your situation, and I'll post that in the description below. If you've done any research outside of YouTube for Tenkara rods, you've probably stumbled upon a website called Teton Tenkara. This is owned by Tom Davis, and it's all research on various models, brands, all sorts of things, and I'm going to post that below in the description. I didn't realize it at the time, but Tom Davis and the owner of Dragontail actually designed this rod together, and this is what he thought was the perfect definition of a one-all be-all rod if you were to get close to it. The problem is that if you're like me, you kind of want to fish everything. You want to fish open still water to wide creeks to tight canopies. And so it was really important that I went with a triple zoom rod, and that's why the Dragontail MIZUCHI was the great option for me. Open fully, it's 11.4 feet. Middle length is 9.58 feet, or you can go down to the tight 7.88 feet. So this thing fishes a pretty wide spectrum, which is great for me. As you may know, Tenkara rods are all telescoping. However, some of these sections can remain closed for your lengths and needs. The shortest length, 7.88 feet, is made for bow and arrow casting, which performs flawlessly in this manner as demonstrated. However, I've been practicing full open casts even in the shortest setting, and it casts flawlessly for me. So this rod is pretty versatile, whether it's open, medium, or in the shortest section. So it's a big reason why I went with the MIZUCHI. Another reason why I chose the MIZUCHI is that I knew I was going to be catching small fish consistently. However, I needed a backbone that was going to be able to handle fish from 12 inches to 20 inches, and the MIZUCHI no doubt can handle that. I'm actually 75% done with the cutthroat slam, and I've been up in the backcountry mountains to small creeks in the urban areas, and this rod can pretty much do most things for me. I'm very happy with it. Now, some people might be asking what the action is. It is a 6'4", according to Dragontail. I actually emailed them. They called it a very rough 6'4". So give or take, it actually might be a 7'3", but what that basically means is it's a medium heavy action, or it's an ultralight fast action. So it just means how much backbone is going to be used on the rod. So a 6'4" would traditionally be more bend, more flex, thus making smaller fish feel bigger, or a 7'3" or an 8'2" would be like a heavier edition rod that are kind of designed more for bigger fish. So Now, it's not to say that Tenkara fishing isn't exclusive to this type of scenario. If you're looking for a bigger river, there is a better rod for you. But if this is what you're looking for, this is your cup of tea. Love the core candle on this. It's amazing. The cap is outstanding. I ended up buying the little line holder on it, and I'm extremely stoked about this. And I don't think I could have gone back in time and chose a different rod for my first one. So I appreciate you guys watching, and let's go.